euphoria. I ain't famous, but I'm damn sure victorious. See me, I'm doing good, I ain't ever doing bad. All about La Familia, all about this bag. Feeling like the best, describe it as euphoria.
What the fuck is the deal? What's your boy SDJ? Say that Jay. Listen, www.sdjtv.com. That's www.sdjtv.com. That's where you can find everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. But I'm finna get this one in. Short, straight to the point. Wack 100, music manager. A lot of people's known for music mogul. Former truck driver, author of a couple of books. Wack 100, man. Internet personality Wack 100. Recently has been in a dispute with a guy named ADIN Ross. Now, this is all transpiring within the last couple of days. Really since the Blueface fight. Blueface rapper out of Los Angeles fought somebody named Chubi or Chubai or some shit. I don't know that nigga. You know, never heard of him before this fight. With that being said, Blueface just recently had a fight last weekend. It's kind of controversial. Let him tell it. It might have been some foul play, but I'm going to get into that. So, today, Wack 100 releases some text messages between him and ADIN Ross. Now, ADIN Ross can't tell you shit about ADIN Ross. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. All I know is I believe he's like some type of streamer, and I believe he's very successful at it. But recently he's been running fights and starting a boxing league, I take it. So he just had his fight on this past weekend. The main event was Blueface and Chubai. Don't mean to mess up your name, brother. With that being said, Blueface did lose in a decision. Now, in the post-fight conference, Blueface felt that he was cheating, and he also said that he was cheated, and he also said that ADIN Ross did bad business. Now, with that being said, Wack 100 and ADIN Ross has been going at it pretty much for the past, 15, 16 hours. How can I explain this? Surface level of the problem is Blueface has not been paid. Now, there's been lawyers involved these past couple of days, and it's been Wack put some crazy text messages up. If you have IG, go look. Some crazy text messages. I'm not really familiar with the ADIN Ross guy. Not gonna lie to y'all. But I guess he's a part of the LGBT community, I'm gonna guess. You know, because the text messages that Wack put up, it was very I don't even know the word for that shit, bro. ADIN Ross was trying to put Wack in a trick bag. So for some reason, ADIN Ross hasn't said he wasn't, and he doesn't plan on paying Blueface for the fight that he just fought. Now, let ADIN Ross tell it is because of Blueface was supposed to wear some type of patch on his trunks. Now, the problem with that is Wack 100 says that that's nowhere in the contract, and they never provided the patch that he was supposed to wear on his trunks. Now, the reason this is a little interesting is because the ADIN Ross guy, he tried to bait Wack. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there, this EFF YOU TV. I'm going to give you the real raw to rugged. He tried to bait Wack into saying some threats. He tried to get Wack to threaten him. He came at Wack in a foul way, and I'm actually going to commend Wack on how he handled the situation, because it's hard for somebody not a part of that community to the urban word, the urban phrase would be they get tried like that, but the regular phrase would nobody plays like that. You know, if you look at the text, I'm not gonna repeat the text. I'm not even gonna go through that. But ADIN Ross was on some real other shit. If you get what I'm saying. Now, I truly believe that ADIN Ross was in a way trying to get Wack angry, upset. He tried to bring the angry black man out of Wack. And you know, ADIN Ross, I believe he's Jewish. And you know, from what I can see, from what I've seen within these past like couple weeks, I've been aware of the guy. He speaks from privilege, you know. I don't know his story. I don't know his story. But to me, I think he speaks with a little privilege. And I really wasn't, you don't do that. Wack is a heterosexual male, and I just don't believe in the LGBT, you know, playing around, because we as heterosexual men can't play with the LGBTQ. So I feel like it should be likewise on the other side, if you catch my drift, you know. That could lead to a lot of problems. That could lead to violence. That could lead to a lot of shit. But like I just said, I feel like Wack handled it correctly. Wack got his lawyers involved about the money that's owed to Blueface, and he didn't take the angry where you at route. You know, that I think ADIN Ross was trying to trying to get him to take. Does ADIN Ross have the money to pay? Who the fuck knows? Nobody knows nobody's pockets. Nobody knows the next man's pockets unless that man show you. You don't know what a nigga got. I say that to say it's no excuse why ADIN Ross should come out and say he's not paying Blueface. If it's something that it's not nothing that Wack said. Blueface felt that he was cheated. Now I seen the fight. I seen the fight. I don't think Blueface won the fight. But at the same time, I think the dude was like 90 pounds heavier. Like weight classes in boxing means a lot, you know. And you know, for Blueface to fight somebody 90 pounds heavier than him, and then the guys on the internet saying that he's not gonna get paid for it, really, I just feel like he's trying to bait people into threatening them, which is something which is a terrible thing. This is the first impression of ADIN Ross, because before like this week, before the Blueface fight, I don't really know who the fuck ADIN Ross is, and I can't be alone. Like, of course, I've heard the name. I know he's a streamer. You know, shout out to all the streamers. Shout out to the Compton Cabin. You know, I have done a stream before. You know, a Twitch stream. Shout out to Compton Cabin. You know, shout out to Billy Jeanski, my nigga Lou, and Salty Red. You know, but I just feel like he just tried to bait. He just tried to bait ADIN Ross. Tried to bait Wack into threatening him, and that ain't right. And I'm glad Wack seen right through that shit. And you know, at the end of the day, I just hope the business get clear, because the events are entertaining, but when you're doing bad business, us as the consumers ain't gonna have too much more events because the business is bad. You get what I'm saying? With that being said, last I heard, Wack paid Blueface out of his own pocket, and he's taking the legal route against ADIN Ross. ADIN Ross is standing on the fact that the Blueface shouldn't get paid, which is absolutely crazy to me. But that's where that's said. You know, FUTV, SDJ TV gonna give you the real, the raw, the rugged, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, comment, talk to me. I'll talk back. Make sure you share. I'm out of this motherfucker, man.
Every brand tells you to follow the rules, but some brands were built to break them. This isn't just clothing, it's attitude. FU TV represents the grind, the independence, and the culture that refuses to be ignored. Bold designs, street energy, real expression. This is more than fashion. This is street culture. FU TV, wear the attitude. Shop now at sdjtv.com/shop.
I gotta get rich. I'm trying to be rich. Gotta be rich. Trying to get rich. No other options. No other options. Only way is the profit. The newest best thing. Say that Jay got a copy. Scamming like an African. It counts up in Pakistan.